welcome to Skinbag of Coffee. I've got something for you today. I found this interesting. It was a video by a leftist influencer, and he's referencing a book that talks about the societal value of art, and I thought it was interesting, and I had a counterpoint, and I wanted to share it, so here it is.
Okay, so what the fuck do we do with all of this? Is this just another leftist YouTube video that drags you through depressing economic and philosophical analysis only to leave you with no hope and nothing but a hollow plea to like and subscribe? For once, that's actually not what we're doing here. Okay, so let's return to Marx. David Marx, not Karl Marx, but honestly sort of Karl Marx too. So we started with the idea that 9/11 led to the decline of cultural innovation and originality in the 21st century, and that this cultural decline was the natural outcome of a new financial model called financialization. Now, there's so many ways that we can critique and analyze financialization. I think I'm going to keep doing it in some upcoming videos. But today I want to talk in particular about how artists can respond, or just people that like art and culture can respond to this moment. And to do so, I want to just look at the final section of Marx's book, which is titled
Okay, so this book, Blank Space, a quick grok search on this book by David Marx, A Cultural History of the 21st Century. It's called Blank Space. He delivers a sharp, engaging overview of pop culture from 2001 to 2025. He argues that 21st century has been defined by cultural stagnation, a blank space where bold originality and creative risk have largely disappeared in favor of reboots, nostalgia, formulaic content, and viral-driven trends. Okay? Key points: Marx structures the book chronologically across four eras: post 9/11, Obama years, Trump era, and the current techno-nihilism period. He examines how forces like digitization, commercialization, and democratization via the internet and social media have reshaped music, fashion, film, TV, art, and celebrity. The book explores the shift from counterculture and indie snobbery to poptimism, entrepreneurial heroism, celebrating artists as brands, and a countercultural marked by anti-liberal vibes, industry plants, and elite influence. Marx connects trends across domains, from Paris Hilton to Kim Kardashian, self-branding to Marvel's dominance, Beyonce, Taylor Swift's adaptability, SoundCloud, rap, K-pop, NFTs, AI art, and more. Overall, it's part timeline, part diagnosis. Modern culture excels at recycling and optimization, but struggles with genuine invention. The book is breezy, yet insightful, blending sociology, economics, and sharp cultural analysis. It's a strong follow-up to his previous work, Status and Culture.
Restoring Cultural Invention. Now, I really enjoyed this whole book, but the conclusion really kicks ass. Patrons, I'll maybe illegally put those pages over on the Patreon. But what he does is makes a quick call for how we can restore cultural invention. And while it's not explicitly political, I think we've seen enough to know that we need cultural invention to shape the way that people think and act and feel about their own humanity, so that we can have larger political and economic invention. Let me read you this line. It's so good. Marx writes, "The first step in reversing cultural stagnation is to accept that artistic invention is a social good." That artistic invention is a social good. And like so many other social goods, we shouldn't expect the market to optimize for its production. We shouldn't expect the market to optimize for its production. Okay, artistic invention is a social good. That's what he's arguing here. What does that mean? What is a social good? Something that benefits society? Okay, but can we quantify that? Because we can quantify the economic value of a work because it's defined by what people will pay currency for it. That's definite. But how do you quantify an artwork for its social good? Take a product that promotes, say, literacy. That would have a profound benefit to society. But ask, honestly, does this hold any value for a broader audience? Obviously not, because the broad audience at large isn't in the market for literacy. And they never will be. It's this pie in the sky thinking that the world will suddenly become enlightened and value the things that are good for them
That's misguided. The world's full of foxes and sheep, masters and slaves. Okay? To think that you have the divine power to turn slaves into masters is arrogant and in poor taste. I'm not arguing against creating art that helps people. That's noble. But to forego monetary value for societal value, that's suicide. Who determines this social value, by the way? Like, who decides what the value of an artwork is if it's solely the social value in question? Some bureaucratic gatekeeper? Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should base the value of art on what's algorithmically viable either. However, it shouldn't be based on altruism either. That's not art. That's power and control. I hope you're doing well. Remember that you are loved. And I'll talk to you later.